that is the fun part for me, that I am so happy to see that some of these things are being removed. Um, it's not every day. Nowadays that you see some interesting things out of the universities. Um, well, that's not entirely true. You do see interesting things. It's just sometimes they're not great necessarily. Um, this headline's a little bit misleading in exactly what they are talking about, but you all know full well what I think of, if you've been watching this channel anyway, you know full well what I think of DEI statements, in that they are ideological litmus tests. There's one very specific definition of DEI and all these other kinds of things. Um, and that just basically leads to, whether or not you're espousing your worldview this particular way. And some of the DEI rubrics just flatly say, the statement rubrics flatly say, well, if you're going to treat everybody the same, regardless of what race, sex, gender they are, and all that jazz, that it's a negative. It's held against you. So they are, to my purview, DEI statements flatly screen based upon ideology. In fact, ideology that is unrelated often to the reason a person is hired. Um, so it's nice to see a university that is pushing back on this. Again, why do we focus on the universities? Because universities are the next place, are the place where the next generation of scientists are trained. And so this is one of the reasons I focus on them and what's going on, is because these are the kinds of things that they have to deal with and navigate when training the next generation of scientists. And this comes from the New York Post. University of North Carolina cancels woke diversity in hiring. In growing backlash against woke culture, the board of the University of North Carolina moved to ban diversity, equity, inclusion requirements from its hiring and promotion process this week. The school's board of governors voted to ban DEI statements from hiring and tenure decisions, according to a report. The Chapel Hill-based school, quote, shall neither solicit nor require an employee or applicant for academic admission or employment to affirmatively ascribe to or opine about beliefs, affiliations, ideals, or principles regarding matters of contemporary political debate or social action as a condition to admission, employment, or professional advancement, according to the decision made Thursday. This is a little bit old, so it's actually in February, but this is actually a great thing, and it's not just DEI statements. So I want to actually highlight this statement here, because it's not necessarily just DEI statements. I don't think you should be forced to opine about your beliefs or espouse a particular belief, regardless of, if it's left or right. If you're talking about a truth-seeking position at a institution that is supposedly designed to be pursuing the truth, all of the university or the job of a scientist. So, hence the reason I actually think this is pretty nice as a statement, is not just getting rid of DEI statements, the ideological litmus test that it is, but, you can't opine about anything else either. You can't opine your beliefs about anything else either, which I think is a good thing, that you should not force students, staff, and faculty, whether implicitly or explicitly, mind you, to hold particular beliefs about something. Let's see. A nonprofit that has been advocating for an end to DEI requirements in institutions across the country took credit for the move. Kenny Hsu, president of Color Us United, said his group is behind the push to abolish DEI at UNC's medical school, and started a petition that now has 614 signatures. Weird formatting, I apologize. The petition includes this statement: I am deeply concerned about the indulgence of wokeness and DEI in the University of North Carolina, in the North Carolina medical system. It makes me feel like I'm part of a radical social experiment rather than a patient to be trusted and cared for. The medical school's guidelines for appointment, promotion, and tenure previously declared that, quote, a statement for each area is required as part of the CV, and, quote, should outline depth and breadth of efforts in each area, including but not limited to the impact of work, philosophy and style, team-based project, and mentee interactions. So, impact of work. What the hell does having an impact mean? We talked about this previously, but what the hell does that even mean? Oh boy. But that is not all. This is one particular place. Another one, this came across in my Twitter thread here. John Saylor, who is at the National Association of Scholars, actually, which has been very much pushing back on this, has also been pushing this stuff, and that the Texas A&M University system has also said they will no longer have DEI statements. Uh, According to the chancellor, no university or agency in the A&M system will admit any student nor hire any employee based on any factor other than merit. Chancellor John Sharp today directed all universities and agencies in Texas A&M University system to remove DEI statements from their employment or admissions practices. So that is the fun part for me, that I am so happy to see that some of these things are being removed. And that some universities are getting the memo that this stuff really, really, really shouldn't be included as part of a university. If you're really interested in diversity, far more than the narrow definitions of diversity that we tend to have, then you shouldn't be forcing people to espouse particular beliefs in order to get promoted, particularly when those beliefs are matters of public and political debate at this particular point. And no, you shouldn't have it. And we shouldn't be teaching scientists that you have to have a particular belief or what have you to do something. What you only need to do with this is because science in the pursuit of the truth is about evidence, right? You have a hypothesis, you test it. You either refute your null hypothesis or you find support for it, if you will. In particular, in the falsification kind of thing, you're also looking for, where does it error? Learning by increasing the amount of error. You cannot have that. You cannot have that at all without having diverse opinions. Not diversity necessarily. Well, you need diversity of thought. That's the best way I can think of to put it in here. And if you can't have diversity of thought and everybody has to think about something a particular same way, then you're really just going to stunt innovation. As far as I'm concerned, you're really going to stunt research. So I'm really happy to see these things getting removed, to say, no, it's not okay to demand that somebody hold particular beliefs at a university, which is about when the university's mission is primarily about pursuing the truth. So just wanted to share some good news for this week for you. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button on the way out the door, comment on the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, all that lovely good jazz. Until next time, I'm Adrian. Adrian, may you stay curious.